All right, truckers, here we go, right? This is another episode. This is going to be a good one, right? And the thumbnail is how to be like perfect, how to be the tricks. I'm going to give you a couple tricks here on how to deal with how to deal with shippers and receivers, and it'll help you. I guarantee this will help you. And I do this all the time. I do this literally all the time, and it helps break the ice, right? So when you go, so here it is, right? So this is for new drivers and experienced drivers too. You can do whatever you want, but this is what has helped me a bazillion times, and it always goes great, right? So I've talked to people, and you know, I get on trucker lives and trucker live forums where people are talking and complaining about customers being rude. Shipping receiver, when you go get checked in, it's a nightmare. They just beat you up verbally, they treat you bad, and all this other stuff like this. And I've experienced a little bit of that, right? But I've developed this little technique, and it works really good. And it kind of like always, I don't care where it is, it works perfectly, right? So like, say for example, okay, like I get a load and I got to deliver it to a customer I've never been before, right? So obviously you want to deliver the load on time, and of course, right? But when you get to the customer, you have your paperwork in hand. Don't wear flip-flops. Walk in there. Be kind of presentable, right? Don't look like you just woke up. But here's what I want to talk about, right? Is when I walk into a place I've never been before, I don't care what the person says, their attitude, their energy, none of that freaking matters, okay? You go in there, you say, if it's in the morning, you say, good morning. Hey, how you doing? Just so you know, I've never been here before. Let me know what you need me to do. I don't know the procedure, but just, help, I want to learn. If you do that to every customer, you would be surprised how many times, as soon as they look at me, they drop their guard. Like, it fucking works. It's so helpful. Because I'm gonna tell you this, because so many times you deal with truck drivers, and so these negative interactions between shipper and receiver, between the trucker going in to get his paperwork, to get the load, to offload it, the very beginning of the interaction, if you establish this thing where, if in fact you've never been there before, and you just tell them, hey, how you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Just so you know, I've never been here before. Let me know what you need to do in terms of like the paperwork, what I got to fill out, where I got to stand in line. Do I got to call? Like if you're interacting with somebody, you will have more success if you do that. You just have to establish that. And then here's the crazy part, right? This works so good. So then there's some times where you go to a customer once or twice a year and they don't remember you. Or when you go there, because here's another thing too. As a truck driver, you start remembering all the shipping and receiving clerks, all the security officers that have to sign you in and check you out, because those are the first points of contact. So sometimes you see somebody that you saw before and you use that line on them. Right? And you say to yourself, well, they already know me. They remember me. That's not true. I'll use that again and again and again for places that maybe I haven't been to, but for 6 months. I even recognize the security guard. It's all familiar to me. I know the procedure, but sometimes they'll look at me and they don't remember me because they're probably having a bad day. It's probably shift change. Whatever the deal is, they just don't remember you. I'll do it again. Hey, good morning. How you doing? Hey, you know what? I've never been here before. Just so you know, let me know what, let me know what you need me to do about the paperwork. Just, what I got to do to get processed in and out of here as fast as possible, right? Let me know, boss, or whatever you want to say. Even if that person gives you negative energy, you've established now that you've let them know that you're new here and that you want to understand the procedure so you can get in effectively, get out, and get what you came for. Where if you're empty and you need to get loaded, just let me know what you need me to do, where I need to park the empty to get the loaded. Like, if you establish all that at the beginning, you have no idea how much that kind of smooths over the conversation. It kind of deflates the confrontation, because sometimes you'll pull up to a customer and they'll be upset, not even at you. They'll be upset because maybe you're not there on time, but you didn't know you were supposed to be there on time. Maybe they ordered that product a week ago and you're just there getting it there now, but it's not your fault. And so we're expecting everybody to be in the know, right? And that's not true. In the world of trucking, sometimes the only person that knows what's going on you're not even going to interact with those people. You don't know what's going on. The customer doesn't, the shipping and receiving clerk doesn't know what's going on. The security officer definitely doesn't know what's going on in terms of like the intricate details of your specific load, especially if you go to a place where they haul dozens and dozens and dozens of loads a day. Like, for example, I go to a steel mill. I help flatbed. I'll go to a steel mill. They process like 130 loads a day. So do you think they're going to be able to specifically understand your unique situation? That's why it's good that you established, hey, I've never been here before. Let me know the procedures so we can get in and get out. It helps. It helps. And I'll say it again, it helps because now you've established that they know that you've never been there, even though it should be the same for everybody else. Right. And I'm going to end it with this, right? And these are just like things. I'm not telling you like that this works because I've read it somewhere. I'm telling you because I do it. This is a driver telling another driver how you ultimately make more money. Because that's all this interaction that I talked about, it equals more money in the long run because you streamline the process. And now you have the proper thing to say to break the ice, to get to the next step. Because this is what happens in trucking, right? You unload. You get the call, you tell your boss you're unloaded. And the next step is what? Get the next load. The next step is to get to a safe place. Then you get your instructions for your next load. Then you go get the next load. But then you have to figure out, can I get there in time and all this other stuff? So it's all like the next step, the next step, the next step, the next step. So then the reason why I talk about this when you go to a customer, you tell them that you've never been there before, is because that step from you showing up to the customer, whether you're talking to a security officer or you're parking somewhere, that step can hold you up. That's a big choke point. And then another thing too is when you go park somewhere, you can even ask and then I even do this too. I go, hey, I'm parked over here on the street. Is that where everybody parks? First time been here. Am I cool to park there? If you need me to scoot up, just let me know. That breaks the ice too. It establishes that, hey, I understand that, you understand that I'm new to here, that we want to be able to make this go smoothly because a lot of drivers don't do this. And it's going to make you stick out. It's going to make it easier for you to complete that step and go to the next step, which is they acknowledge that you have a load to be picked up. You're on time. We're assuming all that. And then you go get in position to either get loaded or offloaded in the correct way. So that little hiccup can stall you out. There's a lot of hiccups, and a lot of times too, like I say, a security officer is really upset. He's not in the mood. You pull up. It just so happens, and it's not your fault. The security officer should not feel that way or not treat you that way. But if you just hit him with that, you'll be surprised how far that will get you. And then if you do the whole thing where like, I parked here, is this where I need to park? Do you need me to move? What do you need me to do? Having that flexibility already established, even though it seems like and then a lot of comments a lot of responses are going to be this. Well, they should already know this. They should be professional. They signed up for this job. Yes, all that is true, but the human nature states that not everybody's going to be in the same state of mind that you are. Or if you're a driver and you're having a bad day, that happens too. So many security officers will say that like, I'm having a bad time. This is, whatever the deal was, your truck broke down, you didn't get the load you wanted, whatever the deal is. Now you're all upset. So this helps you kind of cool down and go in there with a good attitude. And if you use that same script for everything, it kind of lets you kind of put yourself in a good position with the customer. And ultimately, customer service is really important in the world of trucking. If you're a person that has superior customer service, you will make more money because you will be more efficient at getting in and out, getting loaded, whatever it is, transferring your load, hooking to another trailer. You will make more money ultimately because all this stuff that I talk about equates to making more money. So using that script of, hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, just so you know, I've never been here. Here's my paperwork, or I'm supposed to pick this up. Let me know what you need me to do. If there's any numbers I need to get, let me know. If this number is good, what do you got? What do you got for me? What do you need me to do? That goes so far in being able to be an effective truck driver that you will be surprised. And if everybody uses that, it would the seamless transition from that step, because that's a critical step, the showing up to a customer and getting either processed in, whether you're empty or you're loaded, that will help you make more money in the long run. So I kind of repeated myself there. But anyways, what do you guys think? Like, subscribe. Again, this has to do with establishing that little critical transition point when you go talk to the customer, how it can help you ultimately in the long run make more money. Talk to you guys later. Bye.